Alright, so our final goal here is to verify if sum of products in checkout page matches with total amount. So that means you have to sum 180, 160 and 48, and that should match with total amount what is being displayed here. So again, same story. You need to write a unique locator which will actually get all these three options. How do you write it? Let's see. So this is little tricky. You have given p class equals to amount. So one can think that I can write CSS out of it with the tag name dot amount, or you can use customized syntax, whatever, and hit an enter. 6 rows are displayed. Okay. Now how do you exactly get 3? So till now whatever locators we used, if you want to get them with matching, we have written a simple XPath or CSS which gets all that related elements like vegetable names or buttons, which we have did till now. But now we thought it would be easy, but when you say p.amount, we are getting 6 highlighted, that means price and total, but we need only total values. So when you think that you cannot do uniquely, then start with parent. We are sure that parent of this one and this one will be different, obviously. So traverse from parent to child so that parent is unique, then you can identify them uniquely. Let's see. For all these, unfortunately, parent is also same, which is TD. Right now, if you go up, 180 is what being highlighted here, and TD is the tag. And if you put here also TD is tag. Parent is also same. Now tell me, how can you write a locator which only give you by highlighting these three? So let's do some another strategy. First of all, this is a table. Okay. Go to the main parent, which is table here, and close all these. So table have 4 TRs. So you should get mastered in inspecting HTML. If you want to write a real robust locator, if you want to create something, first of all you should look at your HTML and understand how exactly that table HTML is defined. From that itself you will get clue how to write unique locator. Okay, now let's try to investigate this table HTML first. Table parent, and TR 4 rows are there. Each row is with the TR tag. So that's the basics of HTML, that when you have a table, then each TR tag name represents one row. So basically if you want to get strawberry or all these details, everything is present in this TR row. Okay. So under this TR row, that means this is second row, right? First row is highlighting column names and second row is the first items. In that row, when you open, you have TDs. Okay, each TD stands for one column value in that specific row. Okay, you see that 3, 4 and 5. Nice. So first row, first TD, second TD, third TD, fourth and fifth. Now close this. Open third one, which is raspberry. Again, first TD, second TD, third TD, fourth and fifth. Our values are inside this class equals to amount, but here also we have, that's the problem. When you write locator, we have only class attribute here. When you use this, it's pulling me both. But if I go with parent, here TD, here TD. But again, if you carefully observe, this is 4th TD and this is 5th TD of this TR. So child number 1, TD of 1, TD of 2, TD of 3, TD of 4, TD of 5. So when you think parent is also same, then start from another grandparent. From grandparent, now let's see. I would say that I will start my XPath from here, TR slash, and I will clearly tell that TD of 5, not 4. In that case, this last TD will be uniquely selected. Let's see. when I say slash slash tr and hit an enter, all the rows are selected because there are 4 TRs, so all the TRs are selected. Because you did not clearly tell TR of 1 to only select first row. If you say TR of 2, then only second row will be selected. If you don't give index, by default all will be selected. Okay, we need all rows because in all rows we need to pull up this. In all rows, I am saying that go, when you say slash td, again all TDs are being highlighted. You see that TD1, TD2, TD3 because you did not tell which TD. Now if you tell 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, get me only TD of 5 in all rows. Hit and enter. Perfect. You see that? Only last column is being highlighted. So basically we are using XPath like parent to child traverse with the tag names. Awesome, right? We have successfully grabbed all these. But from all these we need only 180, 160, 48. We don't need total value. So how do you eliminate it? Again. So for total, we selected 5th TD. Total do not have class equals to amount. But for all other TRs, now come out of this first TR and open another TR. For all other TRs, class equals to amount is there. So slash out of all TDs, it will go to 5th one, right? And when you say P, because P tag, I think it's not there for first TR. It's B tag. So that will be filtered out. Hit and enter again. Awesome. Only those 3 are selected. The reason why is like earlier this total is having another tag. So I am asking, when you said TD of 5, it gave me all tags. But out of which slash, I was asking to go to only P tag. And only these 3 elements are matching. So you need to understand, it's not that every time if you have this, now for example in the getting buttons, I simply spied on this and I told button type equals dot button, so all buttons are being selected. It's every time you will not get like this. When you tried in the same manner in step 2 also, we ultimately ended up having these rows as well. So you have to change your strategy to write perfect locator. When you think it's not possible, go to parent. In our case, parent is also same. And then we went to grandparent and we started from TR. From TR, we filtered out this by asking only TR of 5. It returned all of us. Again, we filtered out a slash and we asked only to get P tag. Nice. So why are we getting all this? Because we need to grab them and do sum for all these 3 values. So firstly, goal 1 is done. We at least able to grab this. So I'll go back to my editor. So let me write code at the end. Finally, driver dot find elements. We did now with XPath, right? Parent child traverse. If it is CSS, you need to give space. Okay, not slash. Obviously, all the values will fall into one variable. Now you have to iterate. I would say amounts, all the amounts. Now to pull up each and every amount, you know, just a for loop, amount, take any variable in amounts. That specific amount, for every iteration, it pulls up the each value. On that amount, you have to do dot text. But what is your goal here? Your goal is not just to print it in the output. You need to sum everything. So you need to write a neat logic to sum up all your values. What are you are getting for loop? Okay, now let's see that. Just follow this lecture. By end of this lecture, you will understand the logic what I am trying to write. Firstly, declare one variable sum equals to 0. Leave it like that. And once you grab that text, you know that this is a string format. Now if you want to sum 32 plus 48, you can do that only when you convert that into integer. You just cannot do that on strings. Okay, you cannot sum 32 string plus 48 string. So what I will say, sum equals to sum plus. Okay, now initially sum is 0. it comes inside the for loop. Amount dot text. On first loop 32 will be extracted and we are converting that into integer. 0 is the sum value. 0 plus 32 how much? 32. Okay. So in first iteration your sum value is 32 because we are assigning back it to sum. And again your iteration started. In the next loop 48 will be retrieved. So that will be converted. So 48 plus what is sum value now? Sum value is 32. Okay, in previous iteration sum value became 32, right? So 48 is what we got in the second iteration. So 48 plus 32, this total value now will be stored in the sum in the second iteration because we are assigning back it to sum. And again loop started. Third time 60 will be retrieved. 60 plus, now sum is nothing but 32 plus 48. Okay, in the previous iteration we summed up two values, right? So sum is 32 plus 48 plus we are sending new amount this time in third loop, which is 60. Sorry. And that's it. Your loop is done and your sum have now value which is 32 plus 48 plus 60 and you just come out of the loop because it iterates only 3 times because we only have 3. Come out and then you print your sum. Awesome. Done. Okay. Now let's first run this program and see what value is printing in the output. Okay. So it will again do the same validations, but this time it should print and show something in the output. Alright, 388 is the sum, which is correct. We have successfully summed it, but now we need to compare that with total amount. Obviously total amount is also 388. So with this logic we clearly understood that we are able to implement sum functionality by summing up all the values of the product and return 388. Now our goal is to get this amount and put assertion verify total amount is matching by summing of all these products. So this should be simple. I am pretty sure now you know how to do the last part. The only tricky part here is to get sum by grabbing all these values and we already did it. So here is where total amount comes into picture. So total amount is now class name. You can just use class name or write CSS out of it, right? So let me write class name this time. Driver dot find element. You can use CSS also, export also, it's up to you. Dot text. We need to extract the text and convert that text into integer and then assign it to the one variable. This is total amount what you grabbed from the page. So now you want to validate whether sum of all products is matching with total amount which is displayed on the screen. So all these are real-time examples. When you are asked to automate any application like this, you will have all these test cases because you need to verify whether some functionality is working, coupon when applied, whether price is reducing or not. All these are automation test cases. You will just not be given to click, enter and then submit. You have to bring out all these logics. Nice. So you are now validating whether these two matches. If it matches, then it will return true and test will pass. If not, your test will fail. So with this, we will conclude that we are able to successfully validate all the 3 scenarios. Awesome. So we are on the last step and hopefully after discount is applied, everything is passed, no error is reported. So that means this functionality is also successfully validated with assertion. Great. So let me give you an assignment, one functionality, and I'll wrap up this complete discussion on this web page. Now, when you select BER or whatever text, you get some products, right? Now have one expected list and carefully write all these vegetable names into it. Now after you search, you will get new results here, right? Now you grab again all these text and match, verify expected list what I have is matching with the list what you get from this web page. Okay, have one expected list and store all these names. And then you should get real vegetable names. Basically your goal here is to verify the search functionality is working correctly or not. Verify search functionality. This is also one good test case. In home page is working. So you might have requirement that when you enter text BER, 3 products only should display, and the products names also should be like X comma Y comma Z. This is your expected list. And now get actual products from your Selenium test and then put assertion. Okay, so I hope you will complete that assignment. And also, if you are interested in having one Selenium Python cheat sheet, please let me know. I can share you one sheet where you can go through all Selenium Python related commands. Okay, you can reach me here so that I can share you if you need. Basically, you can keep it as a handy when you are going or giving any interview for Selenium Python. It will help you to have a quick glance about all the commands what we learnt. Okay, see you in the next lecture. Thank you.